Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Tummy Comforts. Last video, so this is going to be part of a series. Practicing improving your knife skills. Improving and minimizing the danger zones when holding a knife. Last video we chopped is pretty much an abundance of vegetables. We had some bell pepper, some carrots. I had an onion. This video is strictly just one ingredient, different knife, different cuts. One ingredient, one carrot. Actually, I had 2 carrots, but one ingredient. And if you have not saw the last video, I will post a link to that in the description. But for those who missed it, again, I can show you how to hold a knife. And this is my favorite knife. This is a Dog Strong knife. Not sure if you can see that. I'll post a link to where I got this knife from in the description. Maybe you'll catch it on sale. I wasn't so lucky, but it was worth the price. And how I got the knife right here, I want you to look very closely. Grab the knife. Don't drop it. This is a heavy knife. It's got some weight to it. It's a heavy blade. So grab it right there. I don't know if you can see where my thumb is. Right here. And what you want to do is right there. So if you got the knife here, it should be automatic. Let's do it again. Hold it. Take the rest of your fingers. Right there. Let's do it again. We go practice, practice, practice. Right there. Take it. There. 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 Let's go a little bit slower. There. There. You never want to hold a knife like this. See where my hand is? Right here. Never want to hold a knife. You never want to put your finger right there. Holding a knife like this is also put you at risk of cutting something off. Sometimes I hold my knife like this. Sometimes. But you still see where my fingers is at? It's not a closed fist. It's here and there. But I'll show you this later. Let's perfect this first. So here and there. 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 That way you can control it. All right. And that was just a quick demo for those who missed it last video. But again, I'll post a link to that in the description. So let's get to chopping. Thank you for all tuning in. Hey, listen, before I move on to the next part, and before you dip out, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button and that notification bell so you can be notified when I post another video so you won't miss out. Stay tuned. Peace. All right, so as I said, we're going to use one ingredient, just one single carrot, and we're going to cut this up quite a few different ways. So first you want to get it peeled, and again, when practicing knife safety, you want to make sure that you don't have any of your fingers in the way, even when using a vegetable peeler. And you just want to come away from the body or off to the side. And I mean, you can do it like this, because chances are if you hit yourself, you're not going to, cut yourself. But just to be 100% cautious, you want to go away. Excuse me, I had just drank some juice, and the juice is pretty thick. But anyway, So I'm gonna just turn it here just to get all that outside skin off, right? And I'm gonna just move this off to the side. Even when scraping your board, you wanna be careful not to scrape your hand. So I'm gonna cut that end off there. Look like I left a piece. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cut this directly in half. And from here, what you want to do is you want to cut this down, because right here, what you see, rolling equals dangerous. You can go and try to cut this and slip, and then boom, you lose a tip of a finger. So I'm gonna just cut this just like that. And I'm gonna also cut all 4 sides, because I want to create a box for this type of cut that I'm getting ready to do. Okay. Just make sure everything's even. Save that for later. And what you see here is that you have a nice box. All 4 sides is even. You have to forcefully move it to try to roll it. And from here, I'm gonna cut these very thin strips. Right? Let's move these over here for later. Very thin strips. Watching those fingertips now. Make sure you're curling those back, because now we're getting smaller and smaller down to this piece. Now either you can grab it here and go in there like that, or if you consistently practice consistency, you still be able to hold this and slice it right in half, just like that. So you should have some strips of carrot. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do these just one at a time, just for my viewers. Right there. And I'm gonna cut these just one at a time, just in the little strips. Just like that. Right? Now, again, if you've been practicing this, you can stack them too high and save yourself some time. And then once you feel that one, because it just slipped, because this is a slippery vegetable once it's cut. All right. And let's get this one right here. All consistent, same size. That one kind of curled up on me, but I'm gonna still get this one cut. Just like that. This is a matchstick cut. You can use this cut for stir fry. I mean, you can even, you don't have to limit yourself to stir fry. You could put this in a soup, or as garnish on a vegetable platter with cauliflower. If you got kids, you can go all out the way and take this, and this is a healthy snack for a 2-year-old instead of giving them chicken or whatnot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit this one off to the side here, and I'm gonna show you a Broom Y Cut, right? In other words, layman's terms, a tiny dice, I'll call it that. Broom Y. And all you're doing is taking the matchstick and just dicing it up. Just like this. All these are real very consistent, a uniform cut. A Broom Y Cut, right? Now I'm gonna just sit this one off to the side right here. And in my last video, I did a few different vegetables. I'm just gonna do this one, right? So far, we got 2 cuts. I want to show you a rough chop. Those strips we took off the end. A rough chop is really another consistent even though it's called a rough chop, it's still a pretty consistent cut. And I pretty much just bias cut those and then chop them in half. And you could take those ends I cut off, cut those right down the middle, and give yourself a small dice. If I'm going too fast, just pause the video and go back. There's also an option at the bottom of your screen that you can slow the video down to, quarter speed, half speed. But even though I said this one is a Broom Y Cut, which is a small dice, but not really, it's a really, really tiny dice. Good for soups, pot pies. If you want to saute some veg for some shrimp fried rice, that size will work just fine. This is a small dice. It's about 4 steps bigger than a Broom Y. And I'm going to just sit this off, actually, right next to the Broom Y. Okay? Just keeping an eye on those fingers, right? So far I got 4 different cuts right here. And we still got this other end of the carrot. And how it kind of tapers down. We can still use this. Now, we can, like I said at the beginning of my video, rolling is dangerous. But how you want to secure that roll, if you want to do moons or half moons, you want to grip that carrot or whatever you're holding, a cucumber, a zucchini squash, anything like that, and utilize that knuckle. Placing that blade up against that knuckle and slice. Right there. Okay. And this is all, this cut right here is good for pot roast. If you want to make a vegetable broth or whatnot, it's good for that. Now I got another carrot off to the side that I'm gonna just dry off real quick. And I'm gonna actually go ahead and peel this one as well. Just being careful, watching those fingertips. Let's get the end of this cut off. Store that in the bin. And let's cut this in half. Set that off to the side. And just like I did with the first carrot, I'm going to cut this end off. Now, from here, we can do ribbon cuts. And how you do a ribbon cut is if you take your vegetable peeler and you go right there. And you got ribbons. Watching that knuckle. And I got another peeler, so let me get that one out. Right. Let's go here. Oops. And that's another reason you practice a knife safety, because that could happen. It slip out your hand. Boom. You peeled your knuckles off. So that's enough with the ribbon cut. I'm going to set this right over here. Now, with this is called the half moon cut. And let me move this right back here. Just so you can see. And I'm leaving these all up on the cutting board just so everybody could, identify these 3 different cuts. And again, if you want to pause the video, this is a great opportunity to do so. And you can rewind it. And I'm gonna just cut these into a half moon. All right. And this one, just as much as the full circle, these are also good for stocks, pot roasts. If you want to do roasted duck, roasted chicken, get this with some potatoes and let that cook with it. And let me set this off over here. Now, it is one more cut that I want to show you when dealing with a carrot. It's a roll cut. It's not as difficult as it may seem. A roll cut is you utilize your roll and you take your knife and you cutting. So you're going to start here, roll it, start there, roll it again, there, roll it, there, roll it, there, roll it, all the way down till you get to that last tip. Or you could just call it a rough chop. Even though these look inconsistent, they are very consistent, because what you did was you rolled it and cut, roll and cut, roll and cut, right? So I'm gonna just set this up right here, just so you can see the difference in what I got going on. And what you see here is your ribbon cut, your large chop, small dice, your Broom Y Cut, your rough chop, or another larger rough chop, which is called a roll cut, your bigger half moons, your matchstick cut or julienne cut, and your just circle cut, just sliced, right? All these different cuts you can pretty much utilize in any kind of dish you want. A vegetable omelet would be great with these. A pot pie would be great to put those in. A soup or a pot roast or a beef stew would be good to put these in. This is good for garnish or a salad, so to speak. This is also good for either a garnish, salad, stir fry, an omelet, or just a snack. All right. And this is part 2. So check out my previous video, part 1. Because what I'm doing here is, whether you know it or not, we're building a dish together. That's why we practicing. We getting our mise en place together. Mise en place, everything in its place. Everything in its home. That's all it means. So just for the last go around, just check out those different cuts. See there?